Hello friends and welcome back to the channel. I am Cher, and yes, we are going to address the makeup today. We got some Super Bowl, aka Taylor Swift. Okay, Kansas Chiefs makeup going on. So just overlook it. I have a fun little reel coming with a little tutorial on the Taylor Swift look. I mean, come on. It's the Taylor Swift Bowl, if we're being real. Anyway, guys, okay, so today we're going to cover all of the palettes that I have used in the month of January. I like to do this now, a little series I started, and I was inspired by my friend Alicia, Budget Beauty, to do this, so I want to give her credit because it's like been such a fun thing to watch on her channel, and I've started doing it on mine. And so this is where I take all of the palettes, like eyeshadow palettes that I've used for the month, and then I go through them with you and I try to rank them based on my favorites. So I'm going to try to rank all of them in order today instead of putting them in a category and see if I can do it more successfully now. So if that interests you and you want to see what all I've been using in January, then stick around and we'll hop right on in. So one of the things that I have noticed with doing these palettes each month is, I have some of the same palettes from the month before or a couple months before, and then, a lot of new ones too that I didn't use the last couple months. But the ones I did use, it's like they tend to really change, or they're starting to change their place in line. And it's like, it must just be like what I'm feeling and like where I'm gravitating towards, and maybe more for like the season and for the, what month it is and what I'm wanting to play with right now. I'm thinking that's maybe why things have changed. But it is interesting to see how my thoughts and opinions have changed. So I have 18 palettes total for the month, which still is less, I think, than the first month I started, but maybe a little more than last month. Yeah, somewhere in there. One of the things I did start trying to do was pan a palette, and I'll talk about that when I get to it, but I haven't gotten very far on it. So it did start, it's weird, it's hard because if I want to pan something, I need to really use that palette a lot, which means there's not going to be as many palettes I've used for the month. But then on the other hand, I want to try out different palettes too. So finding that balance, but we'll talk about that then. All right, so I'm going to go in the order from least to worst, even though just because they're least doesn't mean they're like bad necessarily, but I will give you kind of a little review on each. So the first one we have is the Lucky Chick, Daydreams by Lucky Chick. This we got in the Ipsy Glam Bag last month. I did a try on for you guys in that video. This was so fitting for New Year's with that little sparkle. And I did like the palette, but it's just probably my least favorite of all of the ones I have here. The least reached for, I think. Very small little pans in here. So, I don't know. I mean, it's okay, but I just, it was a cute little palette, I think, for Ipsy Glam Bag. Like, this was a step up for Ipsy Glam Bag, I think, We got multiple pans. It had sparkle in it. I was so impressed. I was able to do a fun little New Year's look with it. But probably my last ranking of all the ones I've used this month. Okay, I've mentioned this one before. This is second last, the Lottie London little quad. We also got an Ipsy. It's not a fabulous formula, and it's not that I think it's a better palette than the last one was. It's just that for my ease of use, it's so easy because it has, just the right colors, just the right amount of colors that I need for ease of use for a quick, like, on the go look. I can literally put this in my purse and use my fingers and throw it on my eyes. I use it for travel. It's just so small and portable. So I ranked it a little higher than the other one just because it's been so easy, and it fits in my little stand that sits on top of my table. So it's like, this is kind of my just everyday, because it's like very nice, neutral, easy going colors that look decent on me. So, but not super exciting, not super fabulous formula either. Okay, next we have the Profusion Neon Palette. I'm actually wearing this on my eyes right now to make this crazy look. Got it towards the end because, it's a Profusion drugstore formula. It's neon ultra color, so it's not something I wear every day for sure, but it's higher up on the other ones here because this is just sort of a can't really live without it palette. My dog's snoring. If you can hear him, he makes these noises in his sleep. Chocolate! You're interrupting my video. Wake up. Wake up, baby. Okay, anyway. Sorry, y'all are going to be like, that was so rude to wake your dog up. It's going to drive me nuts, though, while I'm filming. Okay, so this is just one of those, like, I can't quite live without it because it has all the colors of the rainbow, or, you know, the neon colors, almost every color you need to make these kind of crazy, colorful looks, ultra pigmented. But, you know, the formula's the formula. So, and it's just, you know, I'm only going to use them for creative looks. So this is definitely not an everyday wear palette. Okay, next I used this Best Dressed Lids from Malibu. I mean, I like it. Like, it's mostly shimmers in it. I've talked about this one before. Kind of had it as like fall looks kind of thing. I can't remember what I wore it for this month. I think I did it for like the greens in here. I had it when I was wearing like a green, like a rusty green shirt, and it kind of went with that, or sweater, and it went with that sweater pretty well. And so it's pretty decent. I like some of the like kind of rusty fall looks that it makes, but it's mostly like shimmers and just kind of those certain looks that you want. Next is this REM palette again. We got in Boxy Charm. This was the Baby Doll shade range from Ariana Grande. And again, like I've said in the past, this was another one I think I used for a quick, just, I knew it was going to be a nice, neutral, easy look that I could wear for every day. That was great to grab for travel, portability. So I think I just kind of wore it to have something different, like a different neutral, but still neutral and easy. So it's just kind of meh in the middle of everything. We have this one from Quo Beauty. This one I got in a giveaway. It is the eyeshadow palette Happy Hour. And with Quo Beauty, I think they're only in Canada, so I don't get these here. What I love about this little palette, though, is it has the perfect, like, pretty pinks in it. So I love these, like, pink shades in here. And it makes a really soft, pretty pink. And then you can add this little, like, almost darker, it's not a purple, but it's, like, just the perfect, like, mauve, darker mauve color on the corners and stuff. It just makes a very pretty look. So it's still very everyday in my opinion. So this is great. I like to wear it for when I want an everyday kind of toned down, but pretty pinkish toned look. And so, you know, it's pretty nice. I like that one. All right. And then we got this Colourpop palette. I just got this in my recent unboxing from subscriber mail from my friend that sends me stuff, and she sent me the So Very Lovely Colourpop palette. I really like this. What did I use out of it? I think I was using the really pretty pinks. Of course, me, I'm always a pink girl, and it made such a pretty look. But I haven't had a chance to play with it much more than that. I only made one look so far, and so far I really liked it. It's got these colors that I think are going to be so pretty for spring, especially. And so it's probably kind of still in the middle of my rankings just because I'm still in the like winter colors mode and I'm getting prepped for Valentine's Day and stuff. And so I'm not there yet on spring, but I think it was really pretty. And then I have another Colourpop that's next. This is the Dreamstreet collab with Kathleen Lights. And this always makes a really pretty palette for the winter. I think it's so cool for the holidays. You know, these in here, I'm probably gonna hit pan at some point on them, but I love these shades, that very like champagne color. I just feel like this screams New Year's a little bit to me, and Christmassy a little bit with these shades. And I used it, I really don't even remember what I made. I think I mostly went with the champagnes again this month. Or did I use Kaleidoscope? Yeah. I really need to branch out though. I've really only made a couple of different types of looks from this. And I was just thinking, gosh, I should make this together with this for a winter look. That would be so pretty. I've always used like these in here, and I've done like a red before, but I've never put that together, and I need to do that. So anyway, just talking to myself. Okay. Next, we have the Pixie Rosette Ray. It's kind of dirty, sorry. This is one of my favorites for everyday looks also. It just has a little bit more in it, though, than your normal neutrals. It kind of gives me that smoky, va-va-voom, edgy like edgier neutrals and browns. And so I love it. And it's really good for travel as well. So I always rank this pretty high on my everyday formulas. Next, we have the Violet Voss Berries and Cream Dreams palette we got in Boxy. Probably back at, was it back at Valentine's Day this year? This time last year, maybe? I don't know, or maybe it was like around the spring, but this is so fabulous for Valentine's looks, just all berries and pinks and stuff. So I'm loving it right now. And I did make a pink cut crease look that I'm in love with. I actually posted it today. I don't know when this video is going to film, so it may be the same day. You'll see it in a short, but so pretty. Absolutely love it. So this is going to be perfect for Valentine's. And by the way, I will probably be doing a different video focusing on a lot of the Valentine's palettes. I don't know if I'm going to do one that's just palettes for Valentine's Day, or if I'm going to do more just general beauty for Valentine's Day. Let me know your vote. Would you rather me do a video that's kind of focused on like Valentine's beauty and it includes some Valentine's palettes, but maybe also some good red lips and things like that too? Or would you rather just see the Valentine's palettes? Let me know. Okay. Next in the line, I haven't been counting. Have you guys been? Sorry, the order. I just got this ILLUMAAGE, another one from that box, and I just love the ILLUMAAGE formula. It's amazing to work with. It's so bougie. And this one's more of like the berry tones. And what I love about it is you can kind of make a couple different looks. You can make these lighter pink ones with it, or the darker, like sultrier red. It's like two specific looks mostly. So you're going with either like berries or light pinky peachy here. And so, but it's perfect for this Valentine's Day time too. So another one really on my mind. Okay, and then I have, this is where I was talking about what I've been panning. So I mentioned to you guys in my community tab that I've been considering like a project pan, and maybe even do a whole video where I just do some different looks and tutorials from where I'm panning a palette. I asked you guys to vote on one, and the majority did vote for Soft Glam, the ABH. So I did start on a video for it, and I've done a couple of looks, but you guys, it is so hard to keep up with because I love to try so many different looks. It's hard to keep going back to the same palette over and over. So it could take me forever to make that video for you guys. Or it might be that we do a few at a time and come back and do another video updating on it. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out how to handle a project pan video because it's going to take me like probably months to pan this thing. And on the other hand, I'm like, do I want to pan it? So I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, so I've been panning this and using it for a few looks, and it's still just, it's a favorite. I love it so much. I used it in bridal makeup some, but yeah, lots of different looks you can create with it. So this is just a classic favorite of mine. Okay, and then I also got this from my friend in my subscriber mail too, the Colourpop Malibu Barbie palette. And you guys, I have been having so much fun with it. I am so in love with it. I need to play with even more looks, but this is gonna be fabulous for Valentine's Day. But then it also makes just, I mean, the ultimate Barbie and like, you know, Malibu, California beach colored looks. And so I have just been loving it. And I'm definitely gonna be doing more, maybe some more Valentine's with it, some stuff in the spring and the summer. It's gonna be amazing. Okay, we're getting to my top 5 now. So, it is so hard to rank, guys. I was going back and forth. It took me like an hour to sit here and mull over my rankings. I'm going with Naked 3 again from Urban Decay. I know, I'm like, I've really become a huge fan of this palette. I am in love with it. I like it more than the Urban Heat that I got, but I am just so in love with this. And I think it's because these shades over here just look really good on me as a brunette. They kind of give that smoky bluish color, smoky type shades. They're more cool toned, and they just make brunette and brunette eye or brown eyes pop so much. So I've just been in love with it. And then on this side, it makes such pretty pinks and mauves, just, you know, very like cool tone palette here that it's perfect. It's like I know exactly what looks they're going to make. And every time I wear it, I get so many compliments. And so it's just become a favorite palette here. So this is number 5 for me for the month. Okay, and then number 4 You guys, I saw, you may have seen, I did a whole video, uh, dedicated to this palette. This is from Nomad, and this was my first palette, so it's definitely from Nomad, so it's definitely up there in a favorite. And it's gonna be a favorite brand, I can tell already. Absolutely in love with it, all the shiftiness in it. And the only reason it's not like kind of up at the top is just wearability and the fact that this is gonna be very dark, you know, galactic type looks, very bright, very pigmented ultra looks. Now you might could go with a little lighter in this row, but it's gonna create mostly those very dark looks. So I think that was just more versatility that I was thinking of as to why it's not ranked like #1 right now, but it was definitely in my top 4 here. So loved it. If you haven't seen that video where I did the review on it and tried out Nomad Cosmetics for the very first time, go check it out. And then next, you guys have seen in all of my recent rankings videos, I think the Xenon has been at the top, and now it's at #3 for me. I know it only makes like the cool toned looks and a lot of the same looks, but I think it's just, I've just been feeling this palette so much. I think I'm just in my winter cool toned zone right now, and holiday and shimmer zone, and I just absolutely love Natasha Denona formula, and so I'm just still feeling it. But I have a feeling that once we start getting out of the winter here and the holidays, and we're starting to get towards spring, it's probably not going to be at my top anymore. So I think it's just where I'm feeling right now, you know? So still in the top 3. Okay, coming in at #2. This was lower in my rankings before. This was that Ace Beauté Palettopoly palette. It's been so messed up from my nieces. They got a hold of it on Christmas Eve, and as you can see, it's a mess now. However, it still creates the looks I want, and I've been able to play with it a lot more now with some of these different colors, and I'm so in love with it. So in love. So many amazing colors. Again, it's very ultra bright, pigmented, not very wearable as far as me going out too many places. But there's such beautiful looks that I'm almost like, I don't care. Like those blues, I made the wintry, and then you got the pinks that I've made too. I haven't played with the yellow as much yet, but what I've played with so far, I'm just so in love and feeling this so much. And it's like, I'm feeling it for like winter at the moment, but then also for upcoming Valentine's Day and into the spring as well, that I just feel like right now, this is where I'm at. This is my vibe in my palettes at the moment, is like, it's all of these seasons combined that are coming up that I'm just feeling like playing with. So that is my #2. All right, for the #1, you guys are going to be very shocked with me. You're going to be like, what? That's your #1? I'll explain. The #1 is my Jeffree Star Morphe palette. Y'all are like, what? This is probably just my all-time most versatile, most like used palette for me. Like I can go to it and create everything I want. I can create cool tones. I create party like glitter looks. I create very soft pinks and peaches. I create neutrals. I can create the crazy green. I can create like, you know, pretty Valentine's pink. Like so much I can do with this palette. And the formula for me, I just love it. I used this palette for my New Year's Get Ready With Me video. Now, I think it might be that I filmed it at the end of December instead of in January, but I still included it because it's been since the last palettes video. So I was like, I'm just going to throw this in with January and say that I used it in January. And it might have been the same for that Lucky Chick too. I can't remember now. But we're going to count it all as January because I was making New Year's January looks. But anyway, yeah, it's like, there's not many palettes that top this one for me. Like if I had to choose one palette out of all my palettes, this would be one of the ones I'd have a hard time deciding between on others because of the versatility for me, for all the different looks I can make. And as a makeup artist, Yeah, and it's been perfect for the holidays, and it's perfect for Valentine's Day right now, and then some of this I'm feeling for spring, if I want, like, St. Patrick's Day coming up, just looking for I don't know, just the season I'm in too, so yeah, it ended up being my number 1. I know, and I've had it forever, so it's not like the new exciting thing I tried this month, but I did use it for my New Year's look, so yeah, that's everything, guys. Do you have any of these? Would you agree with my rankings? I'm sure that you guys have a lot to say about my rankings and probably don't completely agree, but it's so fun to watch other people's reasonings for it. I explained as much as I could, but yeah, hopefully that was fun. And let me know what palettes you've been using this month in January, and stick around for the next one next month. And also let me know what you think about that Valentine's Day video that I'm thinking about, whether you want to see just all Valentine's palettes or if you want to see more just Valentine's beauty. Let me know your vote on that. All right, guys, make sure that you stick around, pop that subscribe, turn the notification bells to on so you don't miss it in the future, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye.